Right next, which is an electronic dog collar, which is not for tracking a dog, because MPs today are going to be lobbied. 300,000 people use these devices. They are banned in Wales, and the Kennel Club Secretary Caroline Kisco is with me now. And basically, Caroline, these are supposed to give dogs electric shocks to control their behaviour. You're not too pleased about this?
No, we're not. We've been lobbying against them for probably getting on for 12 years now. We were really pleased when Wales banned them. And in the UK, in England more recently, DEFRA actually paid £600,000 of yours and my money to undertake research to find out whether or not they were definitely cruel. That research actually had already been done. DEFRA undertook it again, and then when the research came out last year, basically the research just disappeared.
Okay.
They're not good.
Right, you've got one in your hand.
I have.
Right. Joe Wheeler, our weather presenter, is here beside you, and Joe has got 3 dogs, and you use these sort of collars.
I use one collar. It isn't actually that one. This one works on a fence system, so basically you have a wire around your property.
This is a remote control.
Oh, sorry, okay, this is a remote control one. Okay, yeah, mine is a remote control one.
Yeah.
But what it does, in fact, is in the first instance you have a noise. So when I call my dog, I press a button and it gives him a noise. If he does not come back to me, I can increase that to a vibration in the collar,
right,
and then he should come back to the vibration. If he doesn't, then I can move on to electricity, and I'll put my hands in the air and say it's virtually never needed. And you also have from 0 to 100 on that electricity. So you're not giving your dog a massive electric shock. Half the time, if I've got it in my hand and I test it, it's a mild tingle, nothing more than that.
I'm glad you've said that, because we want to test this on Charlotte this morning to see.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, but no, but the thing is important. You should feel what dogs are going through, shouldn't you?
Why can't we try it on you?
Because I'm too far away.
Just hand it over as well.
And say if something happened to me, that would be a great loss to the programme, whereas, anyway.
Such a charm. Such a charm. I think there is a
what
big
do you make of
difference,
what Joe said?
Yeah, I mean, what Joe's saying. Joe is obviously a sensible owner who's gone through the motions of finding out how to use it properly and does so. We're not in favour, sorry Joe, but nevertheless there is a big difference between that and your average Joe Bloggs, which this research actually proved does not read the instruction booklet. And that's the one thing that DEFRA's research is very clear on. People don't bother to read the instructions. Put it in the dog, turn it up, zap the dog.
Right, and therefore
right.
it's irresponsible owners. It's not. You'd rather
well,
see them just full stop.
It's
They
both.
don't like it.
It's both.
But it's interesting, Joe. When you say your dog responds to that vibration, I was immediately wondering: was the dog trained to someone when you get this initially? How does the dog know that's a response where I have to return? How does it know that?
Because it's mildly uncomfortable. They've got something around their neck which feels unnatural.
Why would it return to you as opposed to run away?
Because dogs are pack animals, and I'm the head of their pack. I give them food, I give them shelter, they basically do what I say, and therefore, if they feel concerned about something, they're going to come back to me.
You love your dogs.
Trust me, there is nobody loves their dogs more than I do. And I have this collar because if I didn't, I couldn't walk my dog. He's half Alsatian, half Husky. He's very beautiful, but he looks like a wolf. And when he's got out before, and I cannot get him back, he has stood in the middle of the road, he's stopped the traffic, stopped the buses, gone to see the school kids. You know, it would be a nightmare if I did not have that control.
But I've got to say, I've got 18 Huskies. They stay on the lead.
Right.
That's the simple
answer. But your alternative
answer.
would be good old-fashioned training?
It is, absolutely. Positive training. But you will not get, I mean, the cross of a German Shepherd and a Husky is such that you either get a Husky that comes to call or you get a German Shepherd that goes.
Joe, have you felt this
I've got a German
vibration?
Shepherd that goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you felt this vibration?
Yes, of course, I always do, because I test the collar before I go out, on all levels, on the sound, I check that I can hear it, I check that it vibrates, and then I check the electricity, because obviously I don't want to give the dog a massive shock if I have to go that far. And if he, you know, the places where I walk, you know, there are deer, and if he takes off after the deer, I have very little chance of getting him
Look,
back.
Charlotte, I mean, there's no risk involved with it, so if you just put it round your
I'm
arm or
actually not
something.
going to make sure.
It's right next to it.
What do you think of this?
I put it on my dog.
Would you put this on your little
No,
Bailey?
absolutely no way, no way. And I would want to, you know, try every single training method in the book before I did this. And I think the big worry is, you know, obviously Joe uses it sensibly, but for the owners who don't know how to use it properly, then, you know, you could be causing all sorts of problems.
It's that, and You know, if you're doing it the way that Joe is, or you're using it as a fence to keep your dog in, that's a very different thing again, because it's not both based on the remote control. That's based on the dog actually controlling the shop for itself.
What do you make, Caroline, of
There's so much you can do.
people and certain trainers, and this will open a can of worms as well, who might use a smack on their dog's nose or a very sharp tug on the lead?
Well, again, I mean, I take a dog which is actually part husky, part German shepherd. I have one of those, and I take him to dog training. He walks to heel. He does everything that is expected of him, but we've done all of it through treats. Now, he is a very biddable dog. I'm lucky. But the cross that you've got is far more like one of my huskies, and my huskies stay on the lead. Yeah. Because I can't risk, you know, you say to say, well, if he's in the middle of the traffic and waving goodbye, that's the natural husky instinct. What you're trying to do is break the natural husky instinct.
So then your dogs never get to run around, do they?
Oh, of course they do, because they run in harness.
Okay, guys,
do they run?
If I had a collar around all of you, I'd be pressing that button right now. Twitter has gone wild on this.
Big reaction.
Big reaction. Basically, people don't like them. In short.
Please tell your MP.
Right.
And a lot of people calling up to be banned, actually.
Well, MPs are going to be lobbied on this. We're going to be discussing this in about an hour's time on the programme as well. So for the moment, Caroline, thank you very much indeed. Here's